Hello students, I heartily welcome you in 10th standard first of all. See, today I want to share my views about 10th standard syllabus. Okay, first of all, do you know how the textbook is? See, the textbook is of 10th standard like this, and the name is My English Course Book Standard 10. Okay, it is of A4 size. Now, what is there in this textbook? See, basically 4 units are there, and in each unit 5 to 6 subunits are divided, and you can get many variety type of information from these subunits also. So it increases the knowledge of the students. Now, before going to start the 10th syllabus, I want to request all the parents, teachers and even students to read the preface, then 3 pages, primary 3 pages of the textbook. That means in these primary 3 pages, what is given? Preface, then instructions for the teachers and language study and statement of competencies. These 4 points very sincerely you have to read, because within these 3 pages you can get why we have to study the text, how to study the text, and what are the expectations of the board from the students. Okay, and one more thing, LSRW, 4 major skills are there, that is listening, speaking, reading and writing. Beyond that, students, today this year you have to practice much about writing, because in writing, letter writing, dialogue writing, then information transfer, speech, many things you have to make the practice of writing. Okay, so I am giving best of luck for all these for this year. And now all the syllabus, whatever is given in this text, it is designed in 3 parts. First, warming up is given. Second part concentrates on the content given, or poem, or we can say prose, and then English workshop. Like this whole syllabus is said so. How the questions and question paper pattern we'll see afterwards. But prior to that, I request you, you must have the vocabulary, enrichment of vocabulary, you must have a dictionary with you, textbook must be there, and for writing skill, any grammar textbook must be there, and you will have to practice it. And most important, question paper pattern. Now this is called as activity sheet format. How we have to write the questions on these, you will have to read it very sincerely. Okay, so can we start then? See here. Now I want to concentrate on unit 1. That is, in that particular unit 1, we'll have to concentrate 1.1, and 1.1 is the poem, and the poem's name is A Teenager's Prayer. This is the name of the poem, A Teenager's Prayer. Now see here, before going to start this poem, I want to ask you some questions. Okay, see, if in your life any problem is there, or any important decision you will have to take, what would you then? What would you do then? Probably you will think on your own, then the solution will be there. Or you will ask your teachers, you will ask your parents, you will have to take their guidance, or in the end you will have to pray to God. No? That means this is the way that you can get the way. Now the title says so, Teenager's Prayer. Prayer, why we have to do prayer, students? Can you tell me? The prayer gives us very important thing, that is meditation. Chintan je apan म्हणतो ना, it gives you confidence, आत्मविश्वास देत. It links towards the God, or it gives us a pleasure. It gives us the way of life. And what do you mean by teenage? We'll see. But prior to that, see here, second speciality of this poem, what is given in warming up, I want to state that one speciality is there, that figures of speech is used, and the used figure of speech is alliteration. Sorry, apostrophe, not alliteration but apostrophe. Now, what do you mean by figures of speech? Now figures of speech or poetic devices are a different kind of language used by the poet, and as the ornaments increases the beauty, the poetic devices increases the beauty of the poem. So you will have to read these poetic devices. Many poetic devices are there, we'll see afterwards, but the poet has used here apostrophe figure of speech. It is directly addressed to God. So can we start the poem then? See, this much is about page number 2. Now we'll have to move to page number 3. Can we see the page number 3? That means one girl is there. Can you see that picture? She has folded the hands and closed her eyes. That means she is praying something, no? So the title is A Teenager's Prayer. Now before going to start the poem, what do you mean by teenage? Actually this term is from psychology, and in psychology, Manashastra arthat, 3 stages are given of human beings. First, childhood. Second one, adolescence or teenage is called as, and third one, adulthood. Childhood, first one, balyavastha. Adolescence or teenage is called as kishoravastha, which is given here, and third one, adulthood is called as, or adulthood, praudhavastha. Now teenager's prayer means the teenagers means the age group of 13 to 19 years old children. Okay. Now see the changes, happenings, those are there within 13 to 19 years. Probably they won't understand what to do and what not to do. So they have to take the guidance of their parents or elders, or sometimes they have to pray God. Now this much is there, and what the poem is about, see. So the title is Teenager's Prayer, means the same age group of yours age. The girl is praying something to God, and what she is praying for and why, we'll see now. Okay, so open the text, page number 3. Now I will read each and every stanza. Listen it very carefully, okay, and then I will ask you to read. So we'll deal with each and every stanza. See here, a teenager's prayer. Each day brings new beginnings. Decisions I must make. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. This much is about first stanza. Now what is there in the first stanza? The poet is saying that I. That means first person pronoun is used. प्रथम पुरुष जे म्हणतो, वैयक्तिक कवी स्वतःचे हे अनुभव आणि टीनेजर्सचे अनुभव इथं सांगतोय. So each day brings new beginnings means each and every day gives you different experiences, no? So that is the new beginning to you. And decisions I must make. That means you have to take various decisions for that particular day. And it is not repeated in the second day. That means each day gives you new experiences. Now first 2 lines, no students, they are in inversion figure of speech. Now SVO, this is the sentence pattern, but the poet has used, instead of SVO, he says each day brings new beginnings, decisions I must make. Means actually the line must be like this, I must make decisions, but he hasn't used this. So the inversion figure of speech is used. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. And next lines, that he has to choose the way, no, various ways are there. So he has to choose the way, and that must be right, the road that will take. Now this responsibility is there towards these teenagers to choose the correct road. So what to do then? So this much is about in first stanza. Have you understood? Now we'll move to second stanza. See here, I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. Now see, darkened and distress, these 2 words are in dark bold letters. Why it is so, we'll see. I can choose to take the road of life. Here again another figure of speech is used, that is called as metaphor. Rupak म्हणतो आपण. The road of life means you have to choose various ways after 10th. No, for example, someone will go to arts, commerce or science, and they have to choose their career as they are having the interest. So I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, but that must lead to success, no? Each and everybody wants success, no? So that chosen road must be correct one. or travel down the darkened road. Darkened road means here, darkened means here it is given evil things, and if you were wrong in choosing that road, then you will probably go to evil things, because this group age is sometimes, if they were in good company, they will prosper, and if they fell in bad company, definitely they have to face that leads to great distress. Distress means here strain or great worry. They have to suffer a lot. So here one good thought is there, that the man is known by the company he keeps. संगत तुमची चांगली पाहिजे, so that you can prosper, you can success, otherwise definitely the distress will be there. So the chosen road must be correct one. Is that clear? Now we will move to second stanza's last two lines. No, down and darkened, the words are repeated, so here alliteration figure of speech is used. एकच sound repeat असणं, ड, that is called as alliteration. Okay, now the third stanza. Please open up my eyes, dear Lord. Again another figure of speech. This is the speciality. Please, he is requesting to God, directly addressed. Please open up my eyes, dear Lord. L is capital. हे देवा, असं म्हणण्याचा उद्देश. That I might clearly see, help me stand for what is right. Now he is giving or pleading to God that you have to help me to choose the right, proper way, that I can see clearly. Help me stand for right. What is right? जे काही बरोबर आहे त्याच्या मागे मला उभा राहण्याची शक्ती दे. Bring out the best in me. Whatever the good things are there in me, no, I had to definitely bring out those things to me or towards the society, so that I must be useful for some kind of work to the society. So here apostrophe figure of speech is used. Oh Lord, like that. Then fourth stanza, see students, help Lord, again L is capital, to just say no. No is in single double inverted comma. When temptation comes my way, that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. Now what is there in these four lines? See, help Lord to just say no. काही गोष्टींना नाही म्हणणं पण आलं पाहिजे. But where you have to see no, or where you have to say no, you have to understand that. When temptation comes my way, temptation is the new word here. Temptation means a strong wish, आंतरिक इच्छा म्हणतो ना आपण. Comes my way, that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. I have to fit myself so that my body must be strong and good one, no, to face everyday challenges. So again he appeals to God to keep himself fit for whatever the challenges that he has to face in his life every day. Okay. Last stanza now. When my teenage years are over, I know that I will see that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. Now, the poet is saying that when I will be old or adult, when my teenagers will over, I know that I will see, when he will see back in his life, then that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. That means definitely you will there to guide me, you were next to me, he is saying to God. That means he is the guide, God is the guide to choose the correct, right path, and so that Almighty God is towards him and he is giving the blessings, and so he has the confidence. The teenagers were having the confidence that God is giving the blessings to him, and so he is in the end requesting that definitely I will be happy then when I see that you were in front of me, leading to me. That means I am following the God's footstep, whatever he is giving the instructions, like that I will live my life onwards. Okay, so these are the 5 stanzas, students. Have you understood? If any doubts are there, definitely you will have to ask me. Now see, we'll see which are the new words used in these 5 stanzas. See here, first of all, these are the new words. Okay, first one, darkened, darkened. Second, say after me, darkened. Second, distress, distress. Third one, temptation. Temptation. Okay, so you have to use these by heart, these words, and try to frame your own sentences in your home. Okay, now the second speciality of the poem is of rhyming words. See here, if you see all the poem, first stanza's last word must rhyme with second stanza's last word. Like that, the rhyme or rhyming words are used. So from this poem, no, these are the rhyming words. See, first, make, take. Similar sound is there, no? So it is used in first stanza. Make, take. Second, success, distress. So sound is used. Okay, it is in second stanza. In the third stanza, see, me. E sound. Third stanza. Next one, way, day. A. In the fourth stanza, way, day. Have you understood? And last one, again in fifth stanza, this see, me is repeated. But according to stanzas, we will have to see the rhyming words. So again I am repeating, first line's last word must repeat, or that sound must be repeated in second line's last word or third line's last word. The poet has used like this. So have you understood these rhyming words? So write down these rhyming words in your home. Now the another speciality of the poem I want to concentrate, that is the rhyme scheme of the poem. Now how you have to identify the rhyme scheme? See, only 4 lines of the poem will take first. Okay, so this is the first line. Each day brings new beginnings. So sound is there in the end, no? So you have to mark A. Then second line, see, decisions I must make. K. Is it same one? So and K are different. So you have to give B. No. Third line, I am the only one to choose. Choose means Z sound is there. So it is not same one. So you have to mention C. And last line, fourth line, the road that I will take. Again K. So in the second line, K is there. And in the fourth line, K is then same sound is there, no? So you have to mention the second line's B. Like that, the sound, same K sound is there, so you have to mention B. So like this, the rhyme scheme of the first stanza is A, B, C, B. A, B, C, B. Like that, if you will see all the remaining stanzas, no, their rhyme scheme is like that only. A, B, C, B. Like that, you have to concentrate on the sounds, and if the sound is same, give the same letter A. Otherwise, if it is different, you will have to give B, C, like that. And if you will see all the poem, A, B, C, B, like that, the rhyme scheme of each stanza is there. But you have to do the remaining 4 stanzas rhyme scheme in your home. Can you do them? Okay. So, be ready with these all the points tomorrow. So that we have seen whole 5 stanzas of the poem, the specialities of the poem, the rhyme scheme, the rhyming words today, so that you have to read these stanzas, lines seriously, students, at your home. And tomorrow or in the next lecture, we will concentrate on this teenagers prayers English workshop, that means exercise, how the questions will be there in the board exam and how you can answer these questions if you have read this seriously in your home, because you have to repeat these lines, which figure of speech are there, which sounds are there, what are the central idea of each stanza. So I am giving the homework now to write each and every stanzas, 5 stanzas central idea at your home. Okay, so come with the central idea tomorrow, so that, and read the poem, so that we can move to English workshop and questions. Okay, thank you.